Hey, what's up my soldiers? It's WildBlueYonder. I'm heading over to the chow hall today, and on my way I'm going to talk to you guys about commissioning in the Air Force. Now, earlier today I was actually talking to one of my, my associates on YouTube. Her name is Leanne Alabin, and she actually has a YouTube channel as well. And the special thing about her is that she's commissioning through the Air Force Academy. So I think that you all can probably get a lot of good information out of her, at least if she answers your comments. I'm gonna be honest, she doesn't YouTube that often. I asked her, I was like, when are you gonna post another video? And she said this Saturday. So hopefully she posts another video this Saturday. She already has a few videos on there that are pretty helpful and pretty interesting. I think that she should vlog a lot more. She would actually be really successful at it. But go ahead and check her out. Anyways, if you don't check her out, I don't really care. But if you do check her out, go ahead and check her out. Right, so commissioning in the Air Force. Now, all roads lead to Rome. There's a couple different ways that you can do it. There's about 4 or 5 different ways. The first way is obviously through the Air Force Academy. This is probably the hardest way and probably the most competitive way, but it's the most beneficial way. If you go through the Air Force Academy, you're going to be like a general someday. Like all the generals in the Air Force went to the Air Force Academy. Most of the pilots went to the Air Force Academy. So if you want the best shot of being a pilot, that's probably your best route. Let's just wait for the C-130. So you have the Air Force Academy. That's the most benefits, but the most competitive. The second route is the C-130 that's spinning up again because it was touch and go. But the second route is through ROTC. So you can do Air Force ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Corps. You can go to any 4-year university that has this program, and if you complete the program, then you basically commission after college. So you have a college degree. This isn't free, but it is probably the easiest route. The pros and cons with this route is that it's probably the easiest route, and it's probably one of the quickest ways to get into the Air Force without having to jump through too many hoops. But the problem is that you might not actually get in. See, the thing with Air Force ROTC is that you're not guaranteed a slot in the Air Force. You're pretty much just competing against your other peers. If you don't get in, or if you don't get a slot, then you'll just have to go through the regular process. You'll have to leave, and you have to go through the third route, which is just having a 4-year bachelor's degree, and then just applying to the Air Force as an officer. So it's not direct, it's not like anything like that. Now your last 2 options, you actually have to be in the Air Force as an enlisted personnel. Basically, if you're enlisted, like myself and like Airman Alabin, if you are enlisted, you can apply for what's called the LEAD program, the Leaders Encouraging Airman Development program. And basically you are selected by, I believe, your unit commander, and you get sent off to the Air Force Academy, and then you just go to the AFA. After the AFA, you commission as an officer. So it's a great way, it's free. The Air Force Academy is free. It's just a university for the Air Force, and it's very strict. It's a military academy. And after that, then you commission. The last way is what's called the Soar Program. The Soar Program is basically the scholarships for outstanding airmen to ROTC, and that basically sends you off to college. You do ROTC in college. It's also free. And then you commission as an officer. This is they only select 51 candidates per year, the Air Force, and it's very competitive, but it's not impossible. This is probably the second most competitive. However, it isn't as easy as it sounds. Like, it probably sounds like, oh yeah, I'll just apply to that, go to college, go through ROTC. Well, you have to have at least 2 years of your bachelor's degree completed. You also have to maintain a 3.0 GPA. Only 51 candidates out of the entire Air Force are selected, and I'm just gonna put the rest of the requirements down below if I missed anything. Now the LEAD program, the Leaders Encouraging Airman Development program, they only select 171 airmen per year. Now this is pretty interesting because if you apply to the Air Force Academy through the LEAD program, you get put into a special pool of candidates. So the Air Force selects about 1,000 candidates every year. Every year they portion off 171 of those candidates, those applications, just to enlisted airmen in the Air Force already. So you get put into that. And so you're only competing against 171 people versus 1,000. Really more than 1,000, about 10,000 people, because that's how many people apply. They only accept about 1,000. So you get put into that pool. It's a much smaller pool, so you have a greater chance of getting in. And if you don't get accepted into that, then you get thrown in with everyone else. So you have basically a double shot of trying to get into the academy. So it's actually pretty interesting. There's a couple different routes you could take. Hopefully you guys made note of this video. If you have any questions at all, make sure you leave them down in the comment box below. I'm about to get some food. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. This is WildBlueYonder. As you guys know, I keep you all posted on what I'm doing in the Air Force. Right now I'm in the process of PCSing, which means moving from one base to another. I'm PCSing up to Elmendorf, Alaska. So that's exciting. I'm ready to see some bears walking around the street, starting to see some crazy stuff happening. But I also have some more exciting news for you all. I'm going to be applying for the Air Force Academy in the 2016 semester.